What's going on, guys? Just hopped on the YouTube live, so I am live on both YouTube and TikTok right now. So, for those of you who just hopped on, feel free to ask me any sort of questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. What's up, Ryan? Not a lot. What's going on with you? So I'll be taking questions from both YouTube and TikTok. If you have any sort of Amazon FBA related questions or want to learn how to sell on Amazon or build an Amazon FBA business, then yeah, this live will hopefully be able to help you. Not much, man. Good to hear. Hey guys, who are just hopping in on YouTube. So I'm live on both TikTok and YouTube right now. So feel free to ask any sort of questions that you may have. Um, yeah, and I will do my best to answer those for you guys. And I'll make sure to read out the questions because whether I'm taking it from TikTok or from YouTube, then you guys will at least know what the question was. How much money does a person need to start selling on Amazon? Product money. So ideally, when you're starting on Amazon, like starting selling on Amazon, you ideally want to have at least $1,000 to invest. And how much? Yeah, so $1,000 to invest in inventory, and then use that $1,000 that you have to buy inventory. So this is my first time, guys, getting the webcam set up on my Canon camera. So hopefully, from what you've seen before, this video, this live will be a lot better quality on YouTube versus just using the built-in webcam. What tools do you use to find products? So in order to find products, the main tool that I use is the program called Tactical Arbitrage. Yeah, so um, that's that's the main tool that I use, and then you can also see in the description below, I use several other tools, so you guys can check those out. Hey, what's going on, tech? Yes, much clearer quality. This is yeah, significantly better when using the actual Canon camera versus the built-in webcam to the MacBook. So yeah, hopefully it'll get more people into the live and just make the live a little more interesting in the sense that you can actually it's clear. So if you guys are in the YouTube live, please give it a thumbs up. It helps to get more people in here. And feel free to ask any questions on both TikTok or YouTube. And I'll do my best to answer those for you guys. Thank you for giving those thumbs up. Appreciate it. What tools, please? Yeah, so tactical arbitrage is the main tool that I use. And then the other tools that I use for selling on Amazon FBA are just down below in the description. So you can check them out there. You think FBA will be around in the future? Yeah, absolutely. I don't see FBA going anywhere. Amazon is the largest online marketplace in the world right now. So yeah, I don't see it going anywhere. If anything, it's going to grow more because Amazon is continuing to grow and more people are shopping online because of the convenience that it provides. I didn't answer your question yesterday, but when I rewarded it, yes, I am student, bought the course a couple weeks ago, just in the process of getting a few categories and then go from there. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for being a student. I really appreciate that. What type of products do I sell? I sell all sorts of products. So, Basically anything that I can purchase and resell on Amazon profitably that I'm allowed to sell on Amazon. It froze here. Help. Oh, sorry if it froze. Could be my computer. But yeah, basically what I was saying for what tools is I use tactical arbitrage for finding profitable products to resell on Amazon. And you can find that program and you can get a 10-day free trial in the link in the description below. What's your highest and lowest dollar item? Good question. My lowest dollar item is about $90. My highest right now is about 2,500. Okay, let's see. This is zoomed out. Okay. I found a few items, but everything is gated. Unfortunately, they are asking for. Oh, yes. So in order to get ungated, you will need distributor invoices, and a retail invoice is not going to work. Now, if you're already ungated in the product and they give you like an IP complaint or something, then you can use the invoices that you find online, or sorry, that you get from your online retailers that you purchase from, and then you can use those. But in order to get ungated, yeah, you're gonna have to use some sort of ungating service. Tech, did you get the ungating service that I recommended? $2,500 items sell on Amazon? No way. Yeah, so my niche on Amazon is selling high value items. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so my niche for selling on Amazon is high value products. So that's where I purchase a lot of high value products, but most people like selling on Amazon are not going to be buying $2,500 items to sell on Amazon. Thank you for the likes. We're at 4 likes in here, guys. If you guys have not given this a thumbs up and you're in this live, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It just helps to get more people in. We get better questions. Use funnel one. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's great to hear. How was your experience with Funnel Guru? Um, I don't always hear how people like it. So, was the service any good? What's $25 a fridge? Like an example would be like the camera behind me. Well, actually that one's more, but the camera that I'm using for my YouTube right now is probably about a $2,500 camera. So an example of a $2,500 item that I would sell is cameras. I don't personally sell them anymore just because I was getting a lot of returns, but yeah, that's an example. Are all your products FBA or FBM? So for selling on Amazon, I am 100% FBA. I do sell on multiple other marketplaces. So I also sell on so I sell Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, eBay.com, eBay.ca, BestBuy.ca, and Walmart.ca. He's legit, answers questions a little pricey because it's per brand. But if you find multiple products, then it's worth it, I guess. But to experiment, it can add up. Yeah. Okay. That's good to hear. I appreciate the feedback. In the future, maybe I will look for a cheaper ungating service to recommend. Because yeah, I do know that it is quite expensive, especially if you're trying to get multiple brands. So yeah, I appreciate that feedback. What's so you said 100% FBA, right? Yes, I do 100% FBA. Can you tell which category is best and work almost all the time? I would say home and kitchen. It's going to be your best bet for most of the time that it's going to work. A lot of people shopping on Amazon tend to buy a lot of home and kitchen stuff because when they're shopping on Amazon, they're already at home. So that's my theory, at least. Okay. You said 100% FBA, right? Yes, I do 100% Amazon FBA versus FBM. I don't do any FBM. How much markup for a product do you recommend? Around 30% is good. What's the easiest way to get started? But first, create an Amazon seller account. And then once you've created the Amazon seller account, then I recommend using tactical arbitrage, which I have a link in the description of my profile, in order to get a 10-day free trial and then start searching for products once you're verified and all set up on Amazon. That's the easiest way to get started. How do you fulfill Walmart orders? Good question. The way that I fulfill Walmart orders is using a program called Listing Mirror. And basically, Listing Mirror cross posts all my Amazon listings onto Walmart and eBay. And then as soon as something sells, like let's say something sells on Walmart, all of the inventory is at my FBA warehouse. So I'm not shipping this stuff out personally. So all the inventory is at my FBA warehouse. And then when it sells on Walmart, then Listing Mirror automatically creates a multi-channel fulfillment order, and it gets shipped directly from an Amazon warehouse to the Walmart customer in a non-Amazon box. Is your Amazon seller account under your name, or did you make LLC for it? So I live in Canada, so I am incorporated. So I have a corporation, but no, it's not under my name. Does every product need to be ungated? No, not every product needs to be ungated, but in order to sell a product on Amazon, then it does need to be ungated for your account. How can you have a 30% margin after buying retail, using prep, ship to FBA, met so many costs? Yeah, so I don't have a 30% margin. A gentleman over here asked what should you mark it up? And 30% is kind of my ballpark of what I would say. But me personally, my profit margin is around 23%. Um, do we need to open LLC in order to create Amazon account, or we can update it later? Amazon account. Um, no, you don't need an LLC in order to create an Amazon account. You can just be a sole proprietorship. Do you use QuickBooks? Yes, I use QuickBooks for my bookkeeping. Yes. Thank you for all those likes, DK, and everyone else who's given those likes on TikTok. We got 46 of you in the live, and we got 1,000 likes on there already. So that's awesome. And then if you guys are on the YouTube live stream, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps to get more people in here. So let's see. Do you notice sometimes with tactical, is the ASIN, sometimes tactical is the ASIN has multiple listings sometimes, and sometimes the price is cheaper on the other listing page? Is that common? Um, yeah, I know what you mean. Like it has variations. Is that common that it would be a different price on Amazon when you click it? The odd time it'll happen. I wouldn't say that's common though. 59 of you in the TikTok live. That's awesome. Do you bundle shipments from prep centers to FBA to save costs? Yes. So yeah, like let's say I order 10 things from Walmart and it comes in 3 boxes, because that happens all the time from Walmart. Walmart seems to split up their shipments because generally it's like shipping from multiple different warehouses or whatever, however they do it. But yeah, so let's say I order 10 items and 10 smaller items, and then they all come in 3 different boxes. The prep center will put all 10 units into one big box and then send it into Amazon for me. So it does help save on shipping costs and prep costs actually too. Any tax breaks from selling on Amazon? Not necessarily, no. I guess the one tax break is that you can write off a portion of your house if you have a home office, but I wouldn't say there's like necessarily like special tax breaks just because you're selling on Amazon. Do you create listing for every product or use existing listing? I use existing listings. I piggyback off of other people's listings or the already created listings that likely Amazon's created, because everything that I sell is already well-known products. Do you utilize a tax exemption? So I did before. When I lived in British Columbia, I had a PST number, which means that I got the PST off prior to purchasing items that were purchased for resale. Um, okay. Um, Yeah, so sorry to continue that answer. I used to have a tax exemption, but now that I live in Alberta, there's no need for one. So you get the GST and HST back. However often you file your GST, HST, whether you file it quarterly or whether you file it annually. So you'll either get it back 4 times a year or you'll get it back once a year, depending on your filing frequency. Okay, how do you put your Amazon seller under your LLC? Good question. Or actually, sorry, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. If you do have an LLC, yeah, I'm not totally sure what you mean by that. Example, I found a product like Jolly Jumper. It shows on Tactical 125, but when I actually search it on Amazon, there was like three listings, same ASIN, and one was 99. Okay, yeah, I understand what you mean by that. So, um, in the example of this, there is, yeah, multiple variations. Like with Jolly Jumpers, there's ones with stands, there's ones that just go on the door, there's ones, yeah, as far as I know. So yeah, is that common? No, I would not say that's common that when you're going to be clicking on variation listings that there's going to be multiple different prices. It should be fairly accurate with tactical arbitrage. How many items do I sell a day? Let's see. I pull it up here. So today I sold 11 items, which is not a lot, but I've done $3,446 US in sales today, which is a pretty slow sales day since the day is almost over. Um, some days are like this. In the last 30 days, I've sold 1,295 units. So I guess around 40 units a day is pretty average. Today is, like I said, is a slower sales day. So um, do you purchase from Canada to sell in US market or source from US as well and send to prep center? Both. Yes. I source within Canada and I source within the United States. Do you run ads? No, I don't run any ads. Everything that I sell on Amazon is already well-known products, so there's no need for me to run ads because the companies that have manufactured these products spend likely millions of dollars in advertising on their own, so there's no need for me to spend money on it. Um, okay, we got 9 of you in the YouTube live. Uh, guys, everyone hit their thumbs up. Give a thumbs up for this video. Helps to get more people in here, and it also helps me to continue to do these more often and answer your guys' questions. Thank you. We are at 6 likes now. Who is good business insurance? I don't really have recommendations for that. Me personally, I just used my insurance company that was doing my contents insurance. So you can get business insurance from any any insurance provider. I would think, but I don't have a personal recommendation on that. If you buy retail, aren't you gated? Retail invoice doesn't ungate you. So that that exactly. If you buy from a retail store, you likely will be gated in the product. Now, there's a lot of products for new sellers that are ungated, or else no new sellers could ever get started. With that being said, me personally, I've been selling on Amazon for 9 years. So I've basically been grandfathered in where I am ungated in like nearly everything. There's obviously certain products that I can't sell, but the majority of stuff I can. That's just luck of the draw with starting when I did. But I do recommend an ungating service in the link in my bio if you are interested in getting ungated in specific brands or specific categories. You do private labeling? No, I do not do private labeling. Everything that I sell on Amazon is purchased from an online retail store or purchased using the retail arbitrage business model, which is like 1% of my sales. And that is purchased from a retail store. I'm in college right now and I want to start Amazon FBA. Any advice for me? Yeah, start it. I started my Amazon FBA business when I was going to university for my business degree. And yeah, so I started when I was in university. So if there's any sort of motivation, like that's how I got started, is I was going to school at the same time. But my recommendation or advice for you is get started, create a seller account, start small, obviously. Most people in college or university don't have a ton of money to invest in inventory, which is fine. Um, but yeah, start small. Don't go all in on one product. Make sure you diversify yourself in multiple different products. How long do you let inventory sit before you price to liquidate? Usually 6 months because then I'm trying to get the stuff sold before the long-term storage fee takes effect. Do you ever need to take a picture of your product? No, I never have to take pictures of products that I sell on Amazon. eBay is a different story. Sometimes I have to take pictures for eBay, but it's kind of different now how I run my eBay store. Everything is cross-listed off of Amazon, so I don't have to really do that anymore. But previously, when I was selling on eBay, and actually shipping the stuff out myself, I'd have to take pictures. Do you use TB and or TE with TA, tactical bucket or tactical expander? I do not use tactical bucket. I do use tactical expander. Yes. Thanks. Yeah, no problem at all. When using TA, do you make new scans every day? Me personally, no. But my virtual assistants are scanning every single day, 10, 10 scans at any given time. And you can put scans in the queue as well. So you can constantly have scans running. What would be the ideal amount of capital to start with? Ideally would be like 10 grand. But I tell people if you have $1,000, you can definitely get started. What retail stores do you shop from the most? Retail wise, probably Walmart. It would be my main one that I shop at. I order a lot from Walmart. How do you personally use Tactical Expander? Me personally, I use it for reverse searches of other competitor stores. So to expand on that a little further, guys, Tactical Expander is something that is used in conjunction with Tactical Arbitrage. It used to be called Storefront Stalker Pro. Now the new program and the new name of it is called Tactical Expander. How do I personally use it? I go to other competitors' websites on Amazon, go to their storefronts, and run this search that literally tells me, or it gives me a file, and then I take that file back to Tactical Arbitrage. And when I take the file back to Tactical Arbitrage, I can run a search or what's called a reverse search of that competitor store, and it's going to tell me what products in that competitor's store currently that I can buy, where I can buy it from, and how much I can make a profit on it. And whichever ones are profitable, then I go and buy those. So that's how I use Tactical Expander the most. Do you utilize Alibaba a lot? No, I don't use Alibaba at all. Some background, I'm a six-figure seller and been using TA for about 2 years and just recently found Tactical Bucket and Tactical Expander. Oh, well, that's awesome. Congratulations on being a six-figure seller. That's impressive. Not many people can say that. So, yeah, congratulations on your success, and that's awesome that you found Tactical Bucket. I know a lot of people have success with Tactical Bucket. I just don't personally do the like X paths and stuff. But yeah, Tactical Expander is great. I just started with $1,500 of used books. Awesome. Good for you. That's awesome to get started. Books is not necessarily the way that I recommend to go, but people do have success with it, so that's great. Do you fulfill eBay orders the same as Walmart? Yes. Best Buy orders completely different. Best Buy, I'm doing like a little bit of like kind of drop shipping, sort of. It's Yeah, Best Buy is different because Best Buy is not compatible with Listing Mirror. So yes, I fulfill eBay orders the same way that I fulfill Walmart orders with that, where it's automatically done through a multi-channel fulfillment from my inventory that's already at Amazon. What's the basic process for manual purchasing? Do you have a list of other retailers or is from distributors? Um, the basic process you do for manual purchasing. Like, sorry, what do you mean by that tech? Like when I purchase items just from retailers, like how? Yeah, can you just explain further what you mean by that? But no, I don't use distributors. Everything that I purchase from is on online retailers. How do you avoid IP complaints? They're not really avoidable, so to speak, but there is actually a program. I don't think I have it on this computer. Chris Grant has a program. What is the name of it? IP alert or um, yeah, I'm not totally sure the name of it, but there is a program like a Google Chrome extension that will tell you if a product is likely to give you IP complaints. So that's what I use in order to avoid them. Um, Yo, boss man, question, you sell high ticket items, but what about dimensional weight now versus actual? Yes, I sell high ticket items. That's my niche with selling on Amazon. Um, Oh, thank you. We just had someone on YouTube tell us that Chris Grant's program is called IP Alert. So if you guys are interested in IP Alert, that is what I use to avoid IP complaints. I don't have it personally on this computer. It's on my other laptop that's over there. This is more of my YouTube and stuff laptop. But yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I sell high ticket items. I'm not sure what you mean about dimensional weight versus actual. Do you have to create your own eBay listing manually? No. With Listing Mirror, it'll automatically create the listing, which is nice. I used to have to create them manually before I used that. Um, I think you're breaking up. Oh, sorry. Could be my Wi-Fi. I'm in the basement right now. Um, What products do you suggest to start selling on Amazon? I always suggest people start the same way that I did. Start with Texas Instruments graphing calculators, TI-83 plus, TI-84 plus, TI-84 plus silver. Start with those. That's how I had success. I actually recently, just for fun, bought a ton of them off of eBay just to try to like do it again the same way that I started. I haven't actually listed them on eBay yet because they're all used and everything that I sell is new on Amazon. But I'm thinking about selling them at some point, or even trying like Facebook Marketplace because I got a pretty good deal from like a bulk listing on eBay. So that's what I recommend to start with. I th- um, is IP and brand are same? Sorry, I don't really know what you mean by that. Okay, I missed some of these YouTube questions. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to see where I was on these YouTube questions. Um, the basic process. I did forget to say I've been selling for 6 years, so certainly been a growth process, but you took off my mana. Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's great. You've been selling for 6 years, but you got to six figures in revenue. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. Still, there's lots of people that do it as like a side hustle that never get to that point. So that's great. Which bank account should I use when I am registering seller account, business account, or just checking? You can use just a regular checking account, or you can use a business account. It's totally up to you. It's not like you have to do one way or the other. David, what's going on? Do you use VAs to source or just one man show with lots of prep centers? Yeah, so I have 5 different VAs. And then it's just me and my wife that work on the business physically. Um, but yeah, I use lots of prep centers. I'm basically 100% prep centers now. I used to have a warehouse and stuff, but I got rid of that. IP alert. Yes, it's IP alert. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Is intellectual property and brand the same thing? Sorry, I still don't understand what you mean by that. Like our IP. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry. Um, Amazon changed to dimensional weight versus actual weight. If you, oh, you know what? I don't even I didn't even really notice that or know that they changed with the type of weight that they were using for shipments. I just still just printed off my labels and yeah, but I should look into that if it's going to be a significant increase in cost. That's something that I need to know about for my margins. Can you share the prep centers you use? No, I don't share them on here. I do share them in my course, but the reason I don't share them on here anymore is because I was getting too many people sending emails and making phone calls asking what products Ryan sells. So yeah, that's the reason I don't. Okay. So you have Tactical Expander set up to where when you do a reverse search on a competitor store in TA, it is not reverse searching the sites in TA, but also in TE. Okay. Yeah, I do have that set up that way as well, where you can run a reverse search like on, the top 100 or the top 50,000 top electronics, for example. So I have it set up both ways. But the main way that I use Tactical Expander is the actual, like, essentially doing the same way as what Storefront Stalker Pro was, of stocking other competitors' stores. I'm an Amazon seller for 1 year now. Congratulations on being an Amazon seller. That's awesome. And don't know how to use those famous tools to search for product. Any idea, please? Yeah, check out my other YouTube videos. I do give some YouTube videos on how to do it. It doesn't go too in depth. It's more like a surface videos on how to use tactical arbitrage and stuff. If you want more in depth, I do have a course, which is the first link in the description below. What is a good cashback credit card? My favorite cashback credit card here in Canada, at least, is the American Express Simply Cash preferred card, and that gives you 2% cash back on everything, which is basically the best that I've seen. So yeah, that's what I use for every merchant that accepts American Express, because not all of them do. Um, what I meant is all your purchases from all retailers on TA, or is that an additional list you use as well? So no, not everything that I purchase is from Tactical Arbitrage, like that I found in Tactical Arbitrage. There is some manual sourcing involved. And Tech, I know you're a student already, so I did get a recommendation yesterday on my live that someone else would like me to go in more detail about my manual sourcing and how I do that. So I will be making a video or two to add to the course. So just keep your eye on your email, because every time that I add to the course, you will get an email. But yeah, I'll go more in depth on my manual sourcing in there. But it's not necessary. I don't use an additional list. It's just I have several sites that I just go to check, and that's when I do my manual sourcing. Okay. I thought you needed to download, then put that downloaded story in. Yes, you do need Tactical Expander in order to do that. Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm following your business model. Basically, definitely you have figured out the game. That's awesome, David. Yeah, I think uh, David, I remember seeing your picture before. I'm not sure if you commented on my stuff or if I think you're in some of the Amazon FBA Canada Facebook groups and stuff. So that's awesome. That's awesome that you're following my business model, and that I hope you're having success with it, because yeah, there's definitely a lot of money to be made. So I'm from India. Can I do Amazon FBA in US or Canada from here? Are there any other extra legal processes to go through? Yeah, you definitely can. You can do it from anywhere in the world as long as you're using prep centers. You're not living in India. You're not going to be able to get the stuff shipped to your house and then use Amazon's discounted shipping rates. Like, you're going to have to use prep centers, and you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with your returns. But you absolutely can. Is there any extra legal process to go through? I don't think so. You're gonna have to pay tax in your own country. Actually, you're gonna have to consult with your accountant about that, because that's how it works in Canada to the US. But I know there is a tax treaty between the two of them, so you'll have to contact your accountant about that to see. And as far as I know, there's no extra legal processes, but definitely check with your accountant and your lawyer. Getting ready to hire my First VA hopefully this month. That is awesome. Yeah, from the Philippines. Um, I've had a lot of success hiring from there. I haven't hired anywhere else, but from the Philippines, yeah, I've had a lot of success. So, all the best in hiring your first VA. I'm an admin in Dang's group. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, I know I recognize the name or and picture from somewhere. Um, yes, you have the best model. I switched to it last summer, and I'm at about 50K per month. Wow, that's awesome. 50,000 a month. That is impressive. How to check brand registry? Um, what's a good cashback credit card? Okay, we answered that. We should talk. I have a prep center and I can recapture your Amazon customer MS for you. Awesome. Where's your prep center located? I think you said that before. I think it's in the States. Um, do you prep yourself or use prep center 100%? I use prep center 100% now. When I had a warehouse, I did the prep myself and used a little bit of prep centers, but now it's 100% prep centers, which is so much better than having a warehouse. Do you prefer Helium 10 or Jungle Scout? Out of the two, I prefer Jungle Scout. I just want to say thanks a lot as you're really helping me out as again I'm new to both TB and TE. Yeah, I'm not really much help for Tactical Bucket just because I don't personally use it. But yeah, people do make a lot of money using the XPaths and stuff from Tactical Bucket, so look into that. But yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for being in the live. I appreciate it. Do you download every store available in Tactical Expander into your Tactical Arbitrage account? Um, it's a good question. I'd have to check with my VAs if they've done that. Actually, if you know a prep center that does return inspections, even $10. That's a really good point. So what David said is actually, if you know a prep center that does return inspections, even $10 an item and resell used, that would be interesting to see. And I fully agree that I think that would be a great business model because I literally have like 600 square feet of storage lockers that are full of returns that I just have never resold as used. So that would be actually a great business model or a great business idea for someone if you guys have like a big warehouse or something. So absolutely. Great suggestion. How much is your course and where can I find? My course is 997 US dollars and it is the first link in the description on YouTube and it's the first link in my bio on TikTok. Um, I used a prep center in my first month selling when I was on my sales tax is 10%. Made no sense to prep it myself. I'm guessing you were in the United States. But yeah, absolutely. If you can order your stuff to a tax-free state, then it's going to be a lot, you're gonna pay a lot less tax. And I mean, you can recoup the tax, but it's just not ideal. There's a lot more hoops to jump through to recoup that tax in the United States. You're in Louisiana. Okay, that makes sense. How much do your prep centers charge? So on average, my prep center charges $8 for a 30-pound box to ship to Amazon. Do you sell books very much? No, I never sell books. I got some books up there that I recommend to people, but I do not sell them personally. Is the 1700 rating in beauty good? Yeah, that's good. How much is your class/course? My course is 997 US dollars, and you can find it in the link in my bio. Um, when you buy from America online retail arbitrage, do you to your home Canada or just Prep Center in America? So when I order from the United States, it all goes to a United States prep center, and then it's prepped from there. And then when it's prepped, then it's sent into an Amazon FBA warehouse in the United States. I don't do a lot of stuff where I buy in the United States and then get it into Canada. it's usually the opposite way around. Would you share your top 3 categories to sell that I sell? Um, I'll tell you my top is home and kitchen right now. Michigan. Oh, that's right. You're in Michigan, 36,000 square feet. Yeah, it's a huge warehouse. That's awesome. We go through returns for you. Hey, Casey said that they offer that service in the United States. That's great. Brand new. Are there link to your classes? Yeah, the link is in my bio. For my course, it's 997 US dollars. Um, yeah, okay. We're caught up on questions on YouTube. Awesome. Um, why is it better to use Prep Center and not have a warehouse yourself? Good question. So the reason it's better is it's a lot less work for me. I don't have to carry super heavy boxes. And it's just, yeah, it's a lot more hands off of a business. I can be traveling or I can not have to work for a few days. Whereas at my warehouse, I was constantly having to receive shipments. So I'd have to be there every day. And so, um, yeah, the biggest reason why it's better to use a prep center is because you get to work way less. How can I go from my current 30K a month to 7 figures a year? I would need to find a lot of capital from somewhere to even get close to that point. Yeah, so selling on Amazon FBA is an extremely capital intensive business, especially when you're running the online arbitrage business model or the retail arbitrage business model, because you're purchasing everything up front and then you got to send everything in and you got to wait for Amazon to receive it. And it's a very capital intensive business. Absolutely. So to get from 30K a month, which is awesome that you're doing 30K a month, like I commend you for that. To get to 7 figures a year, the biggest thing that you're going to need to do is reinvest your profits into additional inventory. That is the biggest key. So if you're reinvesting those profits into additional inventory, you're going to build up a bigger inventory. And as you build up a bigger inventory, you're going to have higher profits and it just continues to snowball. That's what happened with my business, at least. I constantly reinvested. I didn't go out when I made my first, like, let's say 50K, I didn't go out and buy a fancy car. I constantly reinvested that into additional inventory. So that's how I was able to scale. Me and you are gonna do business. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we can talk one day for sure. Um, I'm guess I'm just not understanding how you are able to reverse source competitor store ASINs across the when you have to down. Hmm. Yeah, so when I do a reverse search, like through Tactical Expander, yeah, I go back onto Tactical Arbitrage and it's going to scan through the entire inventory or the entire storefront of my competitor, and then it's not scanning through like 200 different stores. What it's doing is it's scanning the product and it's going to tell me where I can buy it from. So let's say my competitor is selling digital camera batteries, and I can buy those for a profit from Walmart. Then it's going to tell me, okay, Walmart has this digital camera battery for this price. You click it, and you can buy it right from there. Um, yes, absolutely. My storefront stalker pro video that I have on YouTube absolutely addresses the current way that I'm doing it. So me wanting to do this as a side gig, a prep center would be a good way to go. So I always tell people you absolutely can. It's going to eat into your margins a little bit. So what you need to do and decide is, do you want to be more hands-on the business or do you want to be more hands-off on the business? For me personally, it makes more sense to be hands-off. It's a lot less work. I have more free time. Um, if you're looking to do something to like spend your spare time in and keep busy, then prepping it yourself is great. So it totally depends on like what your situation is. Okay. Do you have admin VAs? If so, what do you have them do? So I have 5 virtual assistants that live in the Philippines. Their jobs, so to speak, are one is a bookkeeper, w 2 do product searches and tactical arbitrage sourcing. 1 does account health management and feedback management and refund management and return management. And then the other one manages all the rest of the VA, manages the other 4 VAs. Okay, thanks. Yep. Awesome. If you're Sorry about that, guys. All right, we are all caught up on questions. Thank you to everyone who is in here and watching these lives. That is awesome. How many items do you send in a month into Amazon? Probably about anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 items a month into Amazon. If you're on the YouTube live, please give it a thumbs up if you have not already. I really appreciate that. Just waiting for some more questions to come through. We'll take a short break here and then wait for a few questions to come through, and then I'll get back to them. All right, let's get back to it. We got some questions that have come through. So nice, perfect fit for us. That's awesome. How do you get started as I'm looking for a side hustle? Yeah, absolutely. So the best way to get started is create an Amazon seller account. Go to sellercentral.amazon.com, create a seller account. Um, from what I've been told, more recently, it's taking like a month to get verified now. It used to be only a couple weeks, but it seems like that process has gotten to be a little bit longer to get verified. So create an account, get verified, and then go to the link in my bio, get the 10-day free trial of tactical arbitrage, start doing product searches, start looking for profitable products that you are able to sell on Amazon. And yeah, that's how I recommend getting started. What are we talking about? We are talking about selling on Amazon FBA and answering those questions. Uh, does outsourcing to Philippines save money or provide difference in skill set? Why did you pick? Great question. Um, Yeah, it absolutely saves money. The cost of living in the Philippines is significantly lower than Canada or the United States. So they are able to work for less per hour just because of their cost of living. And they use Filipino pesos there in the Philippines. And when we pay them in US dollars, it's a pretty good conversion rate for them. So to answer that question, yes, it absolutely saves money. Different skill set, no, not necessarily. The thing that I've been really impressed with my virtual assistants from the Philippines is that they have exceptional English. Like the majority of them speak great English. There's obviously some of them that are not the best at English, but the ones that I've hired are really good. So it makes it so much easier to not have that language barrier, and just be able to, yeah, like work with them and not have to be like constantly translating stuff. And yeah, so I pay my virtual assistants anywhere from $2 to $5 per hour. Not me, the host. What's your revenue? What's my revenue? Let me pull it up. So today I've sold $4,280.61. So we are at 13 units sold today now, which is went up a little bit since we've been on the live. So in the last 30 days, I've done $281,330.31 in US dollars, 1,295 units sold. 33,000 US of that was sold in Canada, and 247,000 US of that was sold in the United States. 127 units in Canada, 1,168 units in the United States. And my revenue so far this year on Amazon.com is $362,491. And then I'll hop over to Amazon.ca. And on Amazon.ca, reports, business reports, year to date. On Amazon.ca, I've sold $85,715 Canadian. That is my year to date. So that's just over a month and a half in sales. Taxes, question mark. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yes, you have to pay taxes on what you make on Amazon, if that was your question. My only issue with prep centers is I feel like mine take too long to get stuff done, and they will only do one shipment a week. Wow. You need to change your prep center. It should not be taking that long. And the prep center one of the prep centers that I use is amazing. Like, they receive stuff, they let me know what like the weight and dimensions are. I send it to them, the labels back, and it's out the next day. So yeah, it really depends on the prep center that you use, but ideally you want to find a prep center that's going to be super quick with processing, because that's going to allow you to scale a lot quicker. Here in Canada, which stores are the best to outsourcing for retail arbitrage? Like the best stores to source from in using retail arbitrage? I would say here in Canada, you can do like Canadian Tire. The reason I say Canadian Tire is they do not really have an online store, so they're good for retail arbitrage. Walmart's good, so yeah, you can check out those. Okay, just watch the vid. So you're saying you are actually using TE to create the file of competitors ASIN from a competitor store. Then you take that list and do reverse search in TA. Yes, that's exactly it. Do I do Amazon flips? Yes, I do. I make a lot of money on Amazon flips. Holy cow. We got 17 missed messages on here. So uh, I, I'm going to be a little bit to get caught up. I'm trying to go back and forth. If Amazon says you can sell an item as new and you buy the item retail and sell as new, is that okay? Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I do. Um, or you can get in trouble with terms of service. No, if you're buying a brand new item, then yeah, you shouldn't run into issues. Okay, so I missed a bunch of these. Scrolling back up now, guys. How do you communicate with them? By email, by Skype? Both email and Skype is how I communicate with my virtual assistants. You are really an inspiration to me. When did you start your business selling on Amazon? Well, thank you. I started my business selling on Amazon 9 years ago. I started in 2013. Okay. They seem like hard workers in my limited exposure. Good to know skills comparable. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. They're very hard workers, very loyal. Like, they're great people to hire. So yeah, I highly recommend hiring virtual assistants from the Philippines. Are you sending in basically same items every month or different items monthly? Both. So I have replenishable items that I sell on Amazon, but then I also have items that I'm finding new every month. So yeah, I would to answer that question, I do both. Okay. What's the purpose of doing that when you can reverse search competitor store inside of TA alone now? That's a good question. You can reverse search a competitor store right in TA now. I'm gonna have to consult with my VAs about that. I'll be looking into that. Um, which for beginner RA, which is best way outsourcing? Outsource from a VA in the Philippines is what I would recommend if you're just starting out. You can actually reverse search multiple storefronts at once if you do it with Keepa. Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to see how to reverse search storefronts using the TE sites because unless I'm wrong, TE has sites that TA doesn't. Okay. Okay? I answered that one. What platform are you looking at for all this data summary? Right through sellercentral.amazon.com in the business report section. How much do you ship to Amazon monthly? Around 2,000 units per month on average. How do you do payroll for the Philippine employees? I pay them via PayPal in US dollars. Are you selling your own product? No. None of the products that I sell are my own. Everything that I sell is purchased from retail stores, and they're already well known brands. Just joined. What products do you sell? I sell all sorts of stuff. Check out my other TikTok videos. I show exactly what I sell. So you can go through those videos and you will see multiple different products that I sell. An example of something that I sell is a KitchenAid mixer. Have you done private label? Yes, I have done private label. Unfortunately, I did not have success with it. I got stuck with a bunch of hand blenders, and yeah, I didn't have success with it personally. So that's why I never continued it. And I've had a lot of success with online arbitrage. So that's why I've stuck to that business model, the online arbitrage business model. How much prep center charge? It really depends. It's based on the weight of the box. On average, $8 for a 30-pound box. What software do you use to list items on Amazon FBA? I don't use any software to list items. Everything that I list on Amazon FBA is done manually right through sellercentral.amazon.com. How do you do payroll for the Philippine employee? I pay them via PayPal. Mm, okay, when you sell on .com and .ca, do you have to buy GS1 barcode from GS1 US? No, because everything that I sell already has barcodes. They're well-known products already, so no, I don't have to ever buy any barcodes. You Yes, they recently added reverse search storefronts in TA about 2 to 3 months ago, but you're limited to 6 stores at one time. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I did not know that. As I said, guys, my virtual assistants do all that, so I'm gonna have to reach out about that. So that's interesting. But yeah, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. Hello, brother. How are you? Starting budget. How much would you recommend? Hey, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you doing? How much do I recommend? I recommend starting with at least $1,000 to invest. Are you Winnipeg based? Jets in the background. No, I am not Winnipeg based. I live in Alberta, and I am not a Jets fan. This is who I'm a fan of, Canucks. Um, that's just a sticker that was on the window when I bought this house. I just have to take it down. Unfortunately, I haven't got the time to take it down. I got to get a heat gun up there because it's on there pretty good. He's a Flames fan now. No, I'm not a Flames fan, Steven. That's funny though. Okay. As far as you know, are you running the sites available in TE that are not? That's a good question. I'm not totally sure. I would have to double check with my VAs. Like I said, I got two of them working on it, and they were both experienced on tactical arbitrage before I hired them, and then they also went through my course on tactical arbitrage. So kind of everything self-explanatory. They don't even really ask me many questions. So I'm gonna have to go into tactical arbitrage and see like some of the new stuff that they've added. I know they recently have new ownership, so maybe that caused them to add some of these new features. So you buy it at retail and resell it. Yes, I resell everything that I purchased from retail on Amazon. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Okay, but seriously, why does stuff get shipped in 10 boxes 10 times too big? Had to ask. Yeah, so the reason that that happens, that Amazon ships stuff, they'll ship a little battery like this in like a huge box. The reason that they do that is because of the way that they pack their trucks. Amazon has very complex algorithms, and everything that they do is for a reason. So the reason that they pack stuff in huge boxes is they likely had a bigger space in the truck, so that is why they do that. And it's weird because you think like, well, aren't they paying way more on shipping because of it? But no, they have such big shipping discounts because they do such high volume that that's the reason it is that way. Since you're paying the VA on PayPal, can you claim the wages you pay them on your taxes? I'm Canadian as well. Yes, I claim the wages that I pay to my VAs. I don't claim it in the sense of like doing payroll and like through the CRA in the sense of paying them as an employee because they're not in Canada. But I do claim it as a business expense, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Hello, are you using TA the same way for Canadian and US market? Also, do you use tactical bucket? Thanks. Yeah, I use it the same way in both Canada and the United States. I'm constantly running searches on both marketplaces in both countries for sourcing stores. Do I use tactical bucket? No, I don't personally use tactical bucket. Payroll, do you need to send the Philippine employees a 1099? No, you do not, because they're located in Philippines. Now, if they were in the States or Canada, then it'd be a different story. But because they're in the Philippines, no, everything's just done via PayPal. How much do you earn from TikTok? I earn nothing from TikTok. Even though I have like 40,000 followers on there, because I'm in Canada, they don't pay they don't pay Canadians yet on here. So yeah, I don't make anything from TikTok. The only thing that I do make from TikTok is when I get students signing up for my course from TikTok, which happens. So I guess that would be the one way that I make money from TikTok. You can run the stores in directly in TA once you import the source from Tactical Bucket. You don't need TE. I think it's like 300 or so extra stores. Actually has TE actually has sites that Tactical Bucket couldn't expect. Interesting. Okay. Hello. What would you say a good sell-through rate is for existing inventory? Sell-through rate. Ideally, you want to sell through your inventory in a month, is what I would say. They're out of the country, not under US jurisdiction. Yeah, thanks for helping with answering that one. Have to go learn more about what you do and offer. Look forward to future lives and videos. Awesome, thank you. So volume discounts. Let me see here. So volume discounts, okay, but that still isn't strategic from the stance they could fit more on FT. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's more to it. That's just what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard it directly from like an Amazon employers or anything. I've just heard that when I think I don't even know where I heard that. I heard that quite some time ago. So that's what I've always just assumed was the reason for it. How did you find your VA? I hire my VAs through an online agency. You can find that agency on my YouTube channel, which is called Amazon and eBay Guru. So you do all sourcing and use VAs to help run the business? No, my VAs help with sourcing. But yeah, they help run the business. I'll be back in 1 minute, guys. Um, okay, so I answered that one. Um, oops. What do I sell? I sell all sorts of stuff. Check my other TikTok videos and you will see exactly what I sell. I made several videos that show exact products that I sell on Amazon. The main reason how to get the TB Ultimate Plan is not only awesome. Yeah, tactical bucket. Something I should look into in the future because I know people have a lot of success with it. How much warehouse slash space would you say is needed to start based on 1K investment mentioned? You don't need any warehouse space. You don't need a warehouse. If you just have $1,000 to invest, like a warehouse is going to cost you more than that per month. So you do not need a warehouse. You can use a prep center or you can get the stuff shipped to your house, but you do not need any warehouse space. But you also said space. Ideally, like let's say you have with $1,000, you probably just need like a 200 square foot single garage to ideally run the business out of. Um, can you deal direct with companies to sell their product? Yes, you can, but I don't personally do that. Everything that I purchase is from online retail stores or retail stores. You pay commission to the VA agency. Why can't you pay them outside? No, you don't pay commission to the VA agency, but you do pay a monthly fee to be a part of the agency to find them. But it's actually super reasonably priced. Like I just looked at this yesterday. Actually, their prices have went way down. So um, it's $69 a month, or you can do $299 a year. So it's pretty reasonable. I recommend like the annual plan because it's significantly cheaper. It's at 64% cheaper. So, okay. Thank you. No problem. Iceberg picture is 100. Yeah, this picture is cool. I'll move out of the way for the YouTube people, but it basically shows that success is at the tip of the iceberg, and everything that is involved with getting to the success includes hard work, persistence, late nights, rejection, sacrifices, discipline, criticism, doubts, failure, and risks. So, yeah, absolutely. How long is my course? Most people do it in a month or two, but you take it at your own pace. You get lifetime access, so there's no rush. You can do it longer or you can do it shorter, and you get lifetime updates as well. So every time that I update, add an additional video, you will get an email, and you can go check out the new videos added to the course. Going back and forth with Tactical Bucket about all the specifics to understand the value. Also, Tactical Expander alone is now charged monthly or yearly with no lifetime offer, but it comes free with. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I know they just changed that. Nate McAllister, the creator or one of the co-creators of it, I know he sent me an email recently saying, or it was just like a newsletter email saying that there's not going to be a lifetime plan. Thankfully, I got the lifetime plan, so what's the agency called? Missed it. Yeah, so I didn't say what it's called. All you have to do is go to my YouTube channel, which is called Amazon and eBay Guru, or you can click the link in my bio. It'll take you to it. Um, go to my YouTube channel and just check out my videos. I've made many videos on what this agency is called, and then you can just check it out there. How to sign up for my course. All you do is you click the link in my bio, and once you click the link in my bio, it'll be the first link in the link tree, and you can get signed up. Or if you're watching on YouTube, it's the first link in the description below. Um, Sup, man? Not a lot. Just been doing this live for the last hour or so, but we're getting some really good questions in here, so it's been a good one. I know the majority of your business is OA, but what general percentage of your business comes from wholesale? 0%. I don't do any wholesale. Everything is online arbitrage. 99% online arbitrage, 1% retail arbitrage. What's your business philosophy? Because knowledge has to be share because knowledge has to be learned or drive to course. Yeah, so my business philosophy from a personal brand standpoint, from like making these YouTube videos and these TikTok videos, is to build a personal brand. It goes a lot further than just selling a course. When you build a personal brand, you get companies that'll come to you and pay you a bunch of money to advertise their programs and stuff, especially in your specific niche. So there's that. But just building a personal brand in general is something that is not replaceable, and it's your own business. So uh, yeah, of course, it's nice to get course sales and help people, but it's also nice to help people without having them have to pay. It's nice to help people who just are able to watch free content and learn how to sell on Amazon. I've had success stories from both people who have signed up for my course, many of those, and then I've also had success stories with people getting started who didn't take my course, who just watched my YouTube videos and stuff. So it's either way, and yeah, that would be my business philosophy for sure. Wow, great job. That is very inspiring. Thank you very much. You hear left and right to get to 1 mil, you got to be in wholesale, but really your channel has shown me a lot about how far OA can be pushed. Yeah, I would say it's funny that you say that, because I would say I mean, obviously there's likely people doing bigger OA than me, but I'm probably right up there, because to get to, like, let's say 10 million in sales, I don't know that that can happen with OA. I mean, I guess theoretically it could, but you gotta be running searches all the time. Um, Ryan Grant, yeah, that guy shares, and I've seen his stuff shared in what is it, like big newspapers and stuff. Like I think it's New York Post and stuff that I've seen that guy's stuff, but I've never really followed like what how much he actually sells. Definitely eye-opening, but he's much more skilled RA than OA. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're all caught up on questions, which is great. What is your baseline profit percentage when deciding to sell a product? I'll usually go as low as like 15%. This is my first live with no course sales, which is totally fine. But I'm just saying, I've only done two other YouTube lives, and both of them I sold my course a couple times, so that was cool. What would you think the average monthly profit for a beginner would be part-time working at? Um, it depends how much you have to invest. If you're working at part-time, totally fine. But to answer that question, it really depends what you have to invest. So let's say you have $10,000 to invest, which is a good investment to start with. You buy $10,000 of inventory, it's all at Amazon, it's all available for sale. You sell 50% of it in your first month. So half of your inventory, so $5,000 in sales, you're at a 20% profit margin. That would be about $1,000 profit in a month. keep in mind there's many assumptions made in that. There's the assumption that you're selling 50% of your inventory. There's the assumption that you have a 20% profit margin. So yeah, obviously if you sold 100% of your inventory, then you'd be closer to $2,000. But yeah, that that's kind of ballpark what I say. So 10K, you sell through half, 5K in sales per month, and then 20% profit margin, you make about $1,000 a month profit. What's your best selling category? My best selling category is home and kitchen, right now at least. It kind of fluctuates. Like obviously Q4 it's toys. I shouldn't say obviously. A lot of people in Q4 don't sell toys, so but yeah, Q4 always tends to be toys. So many people are shopping for their kids for Christmas, so what do you guys think of this? If you've been in my previous YouTube lives, what do you think of this camera over the webcam camera? It's um, significantly more clear. So I hope you guys like the aesthetics of this video better. Um, I got my actual good camera um, for that I use for YouTube, the Canon 1DX Mark II, but I don't I lost the USB cable for it, so I had to use my Canon 80D for this, but it's nice. I got it all connected via USB, and I like the look of the video a lot better than the previous lives that were just used that I just used the webcam on. The webcam on MacBooks suck. I think on any computer sucks. If you guys just hopped into the YouTube live, thank you for being here. Please give it a thumbs up. It helps to grow the live and it helps me to constantly want to come back and do more and more of these lives answering your guys' questions. So, all right, we are fully caught up on questions. That is awesome. Do you guys like these lives? Like, are you getting value from them or not? I like to get people's feedback either way. Like, and I appreciate the honesty. Like, if you're not getting value from these, that's totally fine. I'm not going to take offense to that whatsoever. It's just I always like to improve. So getting constructive feedback is always good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really appreciate that. Okay. What's your best selling category? Yeah, so it's home and kitchen. I think you might have missed that, but yeah, home and kitchen. Consulting question. Yes, I am. I do. It's very good. Love the lives. I am. Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Um, when do you start shopping for when do you start shopping toys for Q4? Q3. Beginning of Q3 is when I generally start. Um, do you pay duties? Do you pay duties when sending products to the US? If so, how much? No, everything that I send to the US is there's no duties on, which is nice. The only time I have to pay duty is when I'm doing formal entries, when I'm doing like big shipments, like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, that is all going in at once to the same warehouse. Then there is duties, but it's not very much. I think like $800 on 150K. So it's not that bad. And I don't think it's duties. I think it's more so just like admin fees and stuff. Is it too late to get into Amazon FBA? Is there too much competition? Absolutely not. No, it's not too late. The sooner you start, the better, but there's not too much competition. There's millions of different products that you can sell on Amazon. There's plenty of room to grow an Amazon FBA business. So just know about different software. Is it too late to get into? Oh, I already answered that. Great job, Ryan. Love the lives. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback, guys. That's awesome. Do you capitalize on the Q4 listing that Amazon sells out on during Q4? Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things. That's mainly that I do Amazon flips for toys. Is knowing, okay, look at their Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals from last year. They generally always sell out of those in toys. So, okay, likely what are they going to put in their Black Friday and Cyber Mondays? It's a bit of speculation, but then buy a bunch of those, wait till they sell out in Black Friday or Cyber Monday, and then list it. So, yeah, absolutely. Do you use a custom broker when sending pallets to the US? Yes, I use Livingston. I don't do pallet shipments, but I do use Livingston custom brokers when sending like formal entries. When I make a posting, why does my post show a different product? Even if I got G10 and generic, I have no idea. I don't create my own listing, so I'm not sure about that. Livingston is the name of the custom broker that I use. Yeah. Dope. Like what Homer Simpson says. How come some of the items on tactical arbitrage don't match up sometimes to the Amazon products? Yeah, there's mismatches definitely on tactical arbitrage. It's not perfect. The reason for that is they're scanning through millions of products, so they can't be perfect. But yeah, that's the reason for it. I do more RA than OA for Q4 due to shipping time and FBA receiving time. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. What value are you shipping in a shipment to the US? I'm told you can't ship over $800 without duties. That is correct. So there's a de minimis of $800. If you stay below the de minimis, then you can send $800 per warehouse per day without having to do any sort of formal entry or anything and any sort of paperwork. So yeah, it's $800 per warehouse per day. So ideally, if you can send to a bunch of different warehouses, put $800 or less in each box, then that is going to be the best model to go upon. To go with. Lots of benefits I gained from your live chat. That is awesome. Thank you for being in the live. I appreciate it. People taking the time out of their day to watch me is pretty cool. So I appreciate it. Do you sell only one product or do you recommend multiple? I recommend multiple. It's always good to diversify yourself. So that's why I recommend, even though Amazon is the best, the largest marketplace in the world, I still recommend, okay, sell on eBay, sell on Best Buy, sell on Walmart Marketplace, sell on other marketplaces, even sell on Shopify if you have your own products and stuff. Because the more that you can diversify yourself, the more you're going to be able to scale your business. So, yeah, I recommend diversifying into multiple products. Is that what you do under $800 shipments? Yeah, mainly. If I'm not doing formal entries, which I don't do very often, I do the under $800. So my prep center is great. For the ones that are taking it across the border, they're great. I send them a bunch of labels, and then they put the boxes aside and then take as much as they can across every day based on how many different warehouses my stuff's going to. Thanks a lot. Yes, no problem. Thanks for being in the live. Do you label the products you ship to Amazon with an FN SKU and or polybag? No, I don't personally label it. I pay Amazon to do that when it arrives at their warehouse. And I don't use polybags, no. Everything that I sell is generally bigger, mainly high value items. So that's my niche on Amazon. What is a realistic amount of money needed to get started selling on Amazon? A realistic amount of money needed to get started selling on Amazon is about $1,000. Is ideal to start. So you're using Amazon flips to buy during, but you're only buying ASINs you see sold out to the out of the previous Q4 before, yes. If so, what kind of quantities are you buying from Amazon? So I'm different. Like I'm different in that situation versus, someone just starting out. Generally with Amazon, if I know like there's certain ways to get sort of leads on what's going to be in the Black Friday sales. So if I can get early leads on stuff and I know what's going to be in Black Friday, then I will buy like quantity wise however much Amazon has in stock. And that's actually been another one of my weird business models with selling on Amazon is buying them out of their entire stock, whether that's 900 items, whether that's 400, whether it's 200. Buy them out and then they're going to be sold out. If I know it's something that they're not constantly restocking, buy them out and then sell it and then be the exclusive lister on the listing. Yeah. So that's what I do sometimes too. Right at this point, I have more cash than inventory that I can buy. So it's a good problem to have. So I'll basically buy as much as I can as long as I know that the item's going to sell and it has a good sales rank. How can you choose another warehouse to send it to? You don't get to pick, unfortunately. Everything, like all the warehouse, like when you're creating a shipment into Amazon, those warehouses are all pre-selected by Amazon. You don't, unfortunately, get to be like, I want to send 10 things here, 10 things to Dallas, 10 things to New York. Like it unfortunately doesn't work that way. What tools do I need to ship via FBA? Is it just a printer? Uh, yeah, you can do a printer or a label printer. What other tools? I mean, you're gonna need a tape gun to tape your boxes up. What else? You don't really need much, no. So you only ship $800 per day to the United States? No, I do not ship only $800 per day to the United States. My business would not be in business, unfortunately, if that was the case. So what I do, I sell all sorts of different products, right? So I create the labels each day. And there's so many different warehouses in the United States. So I'm constantly getting different warehouses. So yeah, that's how it works for me. For someone who knows nothing but really wants to get started, where would you tell them to start? So I'd tell them to go to sellercentral.amazon.com, create an Amazon seller account, and then start. Once they're all verified, it usually takes about a month now, from what I've heard. Then once you're all verified and ready to get selling, then click the link in my bio, get the 10-day free trial of Tactical Arbitrage, and start running searches to look for profitable products to resell on Amazon. Once you start finding profitable products to resell on Amazon, then start purchasing them and get them sent into FBA warehouses and then go from there. I'm always getting the same warehouse, Illinois. So if you're selling standard size products, then you're going to be a lot more likely to get the same warehouse. Oversized products, generally, from what I've experienced, is a lot of different warehouses. So when I send items to Amazon, should I place an FNSKU on the product or just use the original barcode? It's up to you. It's up to you how you wanna do it. I think they're charging 30 cents now. I know it used to be 20 cents in the United States. I know it's still 20 cents in Canada to label it for you. So, you can either do it yourself. You'll need a label printer and stuff for that, or you can get them to do it. I just get them to do it. It's a lot easier rather than having to get my prep center to put a FMSKU on each product. All right, so I just refreshed it, guys. We're at 14 units sold now, and we are at 4,580 US dollars sold. So it's went up a little bit on this live, which is not bad, but it's still not a great sales day. Um, do you have a website where you have your tips and advice? No, I Well, okay, yes, I do have a website that well, I have a course, so that's the first link the first link in the in my bio here on TikTok. Um, but for actual tips and advice that's free, just watch through my TikTok videos and watch through my YouTube videos. My YouTube channel is called Amazon and eBay Guru. And if you're watching on you're watching on YouTube, then my TikTok account is called Official Ryan Hamilton. Official Ryan Hamilton, all one word. So in that case, I'm using an Amazon business account and buying at a bit of a discount, like the bulk quantity discount. um, Sometimes it will tell you what's going to happen with the SKU uh, if your prep center doesn't apply FN SKU. I think I might have missed some stuff, guys. Ask the questions again if I missed your question. What kind of products do I sell? I sell all sorts of stuff. An example of something that I sell is a KitchenAid mixer. That's seems to be the example I always give. If your prep center doesn't apply FNSKU labels, what else do they do? Oh, they apply the Amazon discounted UPS label and they apply the FBA label right to the box. All right, we are all caught up on questions again. So that's good. One second. I realized that this camera. There we go. Did not have its lens cap, so. All right, guys, I am going to head off pretty quick here. I'll take a few more questions and then I'm going to call it a night. It's almost 9 o'clock p.m. here, so a bit of a later live tonight from what I've normally done, but it's been a pretty good turnout. Is it possible to start selling for Amazon right away, or should someone start with eBay or similar? Yeah, start with Amazon right away. Amazon's the best. If you're gonna pick one marketplace, then absolutely pick Amazon. I always recommend people to diversify themselves onto multiple marketplaces too, though. Multiple marketplaces too. I've heard tactical arbitrage, expander, and bucket. Are there other things I should look at too? Um, Buybot Pro is a good one that can help you a lot as well. Thanks for your time. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for being in the live. Thanks for the likes, guys. Do you only sell big items? If you have large standard items, can you provide products you sell in that range? Um, do I only sell big items? No, I don't only sell big items. I sell all sorts of sizes of items. Can I give you examples? No, but I have posted videos on what I sell. I should have you on my channel. Mark, I think I recognize you from your channel used to be called something else and then you changed it to your own name. I know you have quite a large following on YouTube. Yeah, that'd be cool to hop on your channel with you for a call at some point. I definitely recognize the name. You live somewhere tropical from what I remember. Fill me in if I'm correct. Um, Thanks. Yes, no problem. Thank you for being in here, guys. Northern Shipments. Sorry, I don't know like what you mean by that. Is that a company or company that you use or something? Does it take a lot of investment to start up? I say you need at least $1,000 to invest in inventory. The more that you can invest from the get-go, the faster you'll be able to scale your business. Do you use Jungle Scout? I have it and I use it a little bit, but not too much. What products do I sell on Amazon? I sell all sorts of stuff. An example that I always give is KitchenAid mixers that I sell on there. Can I start Amazon FBA with 1,000 to $2,000 and still be successful? Absolutely. It'll take a bit longer to scale, but you absolutely can start with 1,000 to $2,000. That sell in America, where do you outsourcing? Your products that sell in America, where do you do your outsourcing? I buy a lot from Target in the United States. Do you use Helium? New subscriber here. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. And no, I do not use Helium 10. Is there a better place to invest in a similar venture with a smaller investment to get started? So what I always say is similar to what Gary Vaynerchuk says all the time is if you don't have, let's say you don't have $1,000 to invest, which is totally fine. There's other ways to make money rather than, like let's say rather than starting an eBay store first or something. So what I recommend doing first is go on your local Craigslist or classifieds, like Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, and look for free stuff because there's a lot of times you can go pick up free stuff from someone and then sell it. Like it obviously has to be in decent condition and stuff, but a lot of times people just want to get rid of stuff, even if it has value. So what you can do to get to that $1,000 is buy a bunch of free stuff, sell it back on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or Kijiji, and yeah, that's what I recommend is if you can't get to that $1,000 threshold of savings from like working a job or something, then you can do like getting free stuff off of one of these classifieds and then sell it back on the same platform. Is TA the only software you use for OA? Yeah, I think it is. Like for OA sourcing at least. Yeah. Thanks, an awesome suggestion. Thanks for the advice. Yes, no problem at all. Thank you for being in the live. All right, guys, I will take 3 more questions and then I'm going to head off. Thank you to everyone who's been in this live. And if you do happen to be watching this live on YouTube after, like once it's posted, when it's not live, then feel free to ask any questions that did not get answered in this YouTube live in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer those for you guys. Did you struggle a lot when you started? I didn't really struggle. I started so small. Yeah, I was just doing it as like a side hustle. I was selling on eBay and then I started an Amazon store. Basically, yeah, I started for with like $1,000. I was selling graphing calculators on there. And yeah, that was pretty much it. But I didn't really struggle. Do I have a course? Yes, I do. It's in the link in my bio on TikTok, and then it's in the link in the description on YouTube. How often do you do lives? I do lives. I've been doing them like more and more lately. I've been doing them like a few times a week. And then on YouTube, this is my third ever live on YouTube. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, thanks for being here, Stephen. I appreciate it. All right. Can you give a realistic time range to be successful with a 1 to 2K startup? How do you define successful? I mean, you can start making money with a 1 to 2K investment right away on inventory. Yeah, it really depends. Like how long with, let's say 1K. Let's say you have 1K, right? You can make about $100 a month profit with 1K invested. So these are realistic numbers. So I try to be as transparent as possible with you guys and give you the real numbers rather than saying, you have $1,000 to invest, you're gonna make $1 million in your first year. Like that's just not gonna happen. All right, guys. I think that was 3 questions. So thank you so much to each and every one of you who has been in this live. I really appreciate it. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.